About to talk about Rich Paul. Somebody I tremendously respect too, because Rich Paul, talking about, making it happen, Captain. Rich Paul is one of those dudes, man. You talk about LeBron James making it, obviously, being the one who offered opportunities to his boys. And we always hear about these stories of how the crew brings the athlete down. Ja Morant comes to mind, right? Like, we blaming the crew when maybe it's Ja Morant, maybe it's something else. But the crew always gets the bad rap, right? Oh, they're just hanger-ons and they're just doing nothing good for you. And then there's this story, what a Rich Paul, and obviously what he's been able to do in Maverick, and LeBron James leading the way, just opening up the doors, and then them getting into those rooms and making deals happen. Salute and respect to them. But Rich Paul was on Kai's stream. So one of the gamers out there or something, dog, you should see this. His live chat while he's streaming, it looks like the stock market, just names and just thousands of people just chiming in on it. And I was like, dog, this is next level crazy, right? And they were talking about the GOAT debate. So Kai asked him about who he thinks the GOAT is. Now, a little loaded question because Rich Paul not only represents half of the NBA, but he also represents LeBron James, right? So you think he's just going to go and say it's LeBron and then ride off into the sunset with that answer. No. Oh, he got a little more nuanced than that. Let's get some of these quotes out there. He's like, you see these guys on TV every day speaking about rings. Well, if it's about the rings, then it's drums, Bill Russell, right? And everyone in the GOAT conversation always says Jordan, LeBron. And then you get a cat in there who knows his basketball, throws Kareem's name in there as well. But typically it's those three, right? Bill Russell? And it's interesting. I know where Rich Paul is going because he even highlighted the guys on TV every day. He's talking about the people with the platform, the loudest voices. They always stand on the premise Michael Jordan over LeBron because of the rings. And all Rich Paul is doing is pulling their cards like, okay, you're right. Because you know Rich Paul really want to say LeBron. So he's like, oh, it's about the rings. Got you, big dog. Well, then it's Bill Russell. And then it gets quiet and people start saying, well, it is not Bill Russell. Why? I'm listening. He was a great player, right? One of the best players on the team, if not the best player, more defensive than offensive minded, but still a monster, all-around player coach, 11 rings. I'm listening. Oh, so you want to get off the rings conversation. Rich Paul got him on the run, he feels now. He talks about how, quote, LeBron has been in the finals for half of his career. So if we're not going to go explicit rings conversation, because then it's Bill Russell, you're going to say, well, it's 6-0 in the finals, perfect in the finals. Then he's like, well, let me give you consistent excellence and a guy who's always in that position, even though he hasn't been perfect in the finals. So he still got you on the move a little bit, right? And this is really pointed at people on television. No names, but certainly those with the loudest voices. He said, it's an older generation on TV with those slots. They never going to give LeBron that credit. Hear that? Old cat grew up watching Jordan, and he on TV, he been there 20, 30 years. Michael Jordan. I don't even want to hear. After I saw Michael, the book was closed. Y'all ever catch when people say that? You're like, dog, why should I trust your opinion then if you closed the book after this guy was done? You imagine if me, track and field, my favorite sport, y'all know it. Oh, after Jesse Owens, it's a wrap. Hey, come on, Jesse Owens, stop it. Nobody else gonna touch him. Well, Carl Lewis has something to say about that, right? Usain Bolt has something to say about that, right? And the point is, this world keeps spinning, and you got to keep evolving with it. So you got to enter other people in the conversation. He also went on to say, we can move this furniture around any way you want to make this conversation fit your argument and make it comfortable for you. And that's when I know, he got some people in mind. He just is trying to play the politically correct role. I hate when agendas go first. Because when you got an agenda, all you're looking for is things to glue to it to prove your point. Instead of looking at the facts, speaking those facts, and then let Nat be the objective truth. Let that be your point. You get it? Kendrick Perkins got caught up in this a little bit when he had an agenda, or at least he wanted something to be said slanted about the MVP and Jokic. He was like, this, and I'm going to go 1990 on. Even though Magic Johnson, black guy, 1989, won the damn MVP with the same statistics outside the top 10 in scoring, etc. I digress. Point being, when you know you want to say something, you can say anything because there's always going to be some form of evidence, even in coincidence, that supports your argument. So he just ends it like this. He's like, look, I'm not going to get into the politics of who's the best because at the end of the day, that's just their opinion, media's opinion. What's your opinion? Who is the GOAT to you for real? Is it Michael Jordan? Is it Michael Jordan and you close the book after Jordan? Or is the book still open, you say, no, it's still Michael Jordan? Is it LeBron James? Is it Bill Russell? Is it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? It's just hilarious that the criteria doesn't conveniently fit any one of those four guys perfectly, right? You say rings, Bill Russell. You say, no, all around greatness. LeBron's like, I'm right here. No, you say, no, perfection when it matters most. And then you sit there like Jordan's like, okay, I'm right here. And then you say, no, best to ever do it. All levels, any levels. Kareem's like, I got you, baby, with the hook. Crazy conversation that I swear will never end. But I'll be in those comments to see what you guys got to say about that.